Hello everyone and welcome to The Lost Mine, a customized D&D campaign played on Roll20. After a fierce battle with the mighty Venom Fang, a young green dragon, the vile creature moved on and left our heroes to lick their wounds. But as agreed with the Emerald Enclave druid Radolf, who resided protecting the area, the group has done as requested and removed the dragon, one way or another, and was so rewarded with a map to Cragmaw Castle. The only problem is, the map is blank, or at least appears to be. Now we continue this story and see if our heroes will go with the flow or be washed away in the tide of darkness. And so, we continue. How would you like to tackle this problem, my friends?
Well, I guess investigation check for a start, or would it be intelligence?
You could roll an intelligence check for me.
Okay, I only have a modifier of 1, so...
Alright,
Better than mine.
well, the druid remarked towards Rack as seemingly being on the right track to solving this puzzle. You're looking at Rack, and Rack is soggy.
First looks at... starts making a connection together, then goes...
In fact, you can see droplets forming in their bag as we speak because of that container, that cup that created water is still making it as we speak.
Kids steps forward, places the map firmly on the floor, then goes to the other side of the room as far away from it as possible and goes, okay, long shot, but Rag, remember that cup with all the water in? Would you mind pouring some of it on that map?
Rack's kind of forgotten about it already.
Okay, the thing in your bag, the thing that's making everything wet.
It might take a while. He pulls out his rack bag and goes for it.
You fumble for your bag, also called Rack.
He reaches into his bag and pulls out another slightly smaller rack.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Everything's soggy, but you are able to locate the item, and it is still producing water.
And I'll pour that on the map.
As you do so, the map slowly starts to fade into picture, and upon it is revealed a series of lines.
Kit is, for the record, is just going to slowly shift up this skirting body, just kind of pressing himself against the wall because he just not wants to keep away as far away on the water as he can.
That's hate water. The map as well is somewhat transparent. So you could press it up against something and you'll be able to see through it. It currently has a series of lines on it.
Can I roll an intelligence check that I just beefed up to determine how to utilize these lines?
You may indeed.
Because
you guys just leveled up. You will need to get a rest to get the benefits of that, though. But yeah, for sure.
Okay. In that case, this will be at minus. This will be one lower than it actually is.
Hey, no worries.
Theoretically, Loris is much smarter than I am, even though he's basically just an idiot with a degree.
Okay.
19.
You look at these lines, and they could easily be a destination from this point if you were to place this on top of an actual map.
Do we have one of those? We were given one of those, right?
I believe you were, yes, in the meeting.
Okay.
You have
in that case.
You do have a map with you, yes, you do.
Okay, and there's a table in the room, right?
There was a table. It has been taken.
Oh God! He took the table
Put
with
in
him.
his bag.
He was unsure if they would have tables in the civilized world.
An understandable concern to have.
In that case, I'll just bustle over and unfurling the map. Say, one moment. I think I know what's going on, and I will overlay the cipher with our map.
Alright, you look towards the map, and indeed, from the location of Thunder Tree, it does lead to another location southward in the woods themselves. It's not a marked location, but it is close to the Treebor Trail, and also, funnily enough, fairly on the way from the Cragmaw hideout along the Treebor Trail, handily enough.
Interesting. I'll relay that to the others and say, well, I believe we found the source of our old friends who captured us.
Okay, so I guess the question is, do we head there straight away, or should we report back to base first?
What sort of time of day is it?
It started to get dark. That's not a
I'll
metaphor. It has started to get dark.
I'll say, in our current state, I don't fancy running into any trouble on the way back. Either way, I suggest we rest here for the night.
Yeah, or maybe at least in the or maybe at least where the cultists were living, since at least there's still furniture.
It is fairly defendable.
It is missing a front door.
It's in the. Yes, it is. It's in the vicinity. Good enough.
All right, then. I guess we best settle that for the night. And just for the comedy of it, Kit's just. I'm just going to roll an acrobatics to see if Kit can leap over the puddle into the front door without hitting it.
Go for it.
That one. Yeah.
Easy enough for yourself. You are able to leap over it and avoid the water, and you didn't get wet this time. To your relief, you did not get wet this time.
For visual image, it's like one of the most over-the-top video game parkour maneuvers, literally just to avoid a puddle that's forming in the middle of the room.
Yeah, you pretty much wall run around to your way out so that you don't have to get yourself wet. You've been so phased by the events previous in the campaign, where you did get wet, that you would not allow such a thing to happen again.
Meanwhile, behind you, splish, splash, splish, splash.
With
Must be some puddle.
disregard to the growing puddle, Loris stomps his way through, partially splashing Kit.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's just water. That's what I keep telling myself. Just water.
Well,
Anyway, sleep.
And you would like to
think of it this
rest
way.
where the cultists were.
Mhm.
Okay. Whilst you're doing that, someone roll me a single d20. Anybody? I will take the first roll.
I'll do it.
Well volunteered.
It's above
Okay.
10.
There you go.
Hopefully that's good.
The
Okay.
night is uneasy, especially with the cold coming in from the open
I was
doorway.
about to say the last thing I would do is at least actually how badly. I'm trying to remember if we just like kick the doors open or if there's still enough of the door that we can put it.
One
Oh, no, wait,
door
I think
was
Ark destroyed it.
completely bashed through. One door, I
Cover
believe.
it up easily enough.
Yeah, one
I've
door
got
was
mold
serviceable.
earth.
Yeah, you could cover it up with earth. That is doable. You could sort of make a earthen blockage, if you will. The windows were boarded anyway, so there's no way in through there. It's uneasy. I mean, I imagine you take the bodies that are inside outside and don't just sleep in blood.
Yeah, that'd be fair.
No, we're just.
I thought it was
using
just
dead
the one door that
cultists
was
as
broken.
pillows.
No, it's it's not. The one door's broken and there's still the bodies of the cultists inside.
Yeah, you guys messed them up.
Okay, so yeah, we might pull those guys outside. Maybe set them on fire. I don't know.
Look at them sleeping in blood. You take the bodies outside and then you set them on fire?
I don't know. Funeral fire. I don't know.
For yourself, Kit.
That'll
that's-
learn them.
I mean, I believe one of you took like a large amount of oil, so it's doable by that way. Yeah, Loris took a lot of oil with him, so it's doable that way. But other than that, you couldn't really sort of light a tinder, and bodies aren't inherently flammable.
Honestly,
Unless
I
they're
believe-
witches and made of wood.
Oh god.
Which
honestly,
they
I
are not.
believe... Oh, I'm very proud and also very upset. I believe a fair option if we don't want to draw a massive signal fire is to just basically throw them into the underbrush and let the natural landmark that this place has become eat them.
Yeah, you can dispose of them in the thicket, so to speak. Are you going to try and hide them, or are you just going to throw them in there?
Basically, my plan, and people can agree or disagree, I would like to basically just find the most overgrown house there is and put them into the underbrush.
Well, the most inhospitable place would be the area in the middle where the spiders were.
Sure, make it look like an accident.
We'll frame the spiders. Perfect.
Yeah, sure, that works.
Okay, so who's doing that?
I guess we'll all pitch in.
Okay, are you taking it round the front or the back?
Interesting question.
Through the back, because the front was webbed, right?
That is what I was looking for you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'd know and we'd go through the back.
You would, indeed. In terms of game terms, it's only been a couple of hours. But in real life, it's been much longer. Anyway, in Fantasyland, once you have removed the bodies and done some effort to clean up the mess that was in there, the night does pass eerily peacefully. From what was previously a hive of all manners of evil, it is eerily silent. And as the morning comes, you awaken one day further into your journey. And a level up, of course.
Hey.
Now my int score is 18.
Now I'll cast Mage Armor with my invocation.
Hey, there you go. And it's going to be
That's a great one.
going to be +3 now, correct?
Yup. Sets my base armor class to 3 plus what the dex and stuff.
There you go.
So now you no longer have an 11 armor class. I'm so happy.
Oh, it was 12, thank you very much.
Gotta get that 1 point in.
That's the point.
Thanks to the magic ring now, I've got 16 AC total.
Wow.
Not bad. Alright, so...
Hey, it's got a ring to it.
So, onward to the castle. Let's go to the castle. Shall we go to the castle? Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to go directly to the castle. It's not actually that far from Vandalin, or you could go to the castle, and if you did intend to go back to Vandalin to hand in your quests, you could do so afterwards.
Yeah, I think if it's that close, like bunched all together, we could just go take care of the castle and then report massive success.
You hope.
Knowing our roles, yes, I do hope.
Know your role.
I mean, that makes sense to me. I'm just ready to go with whatever the group thinks on this.
Yeah, it sounds agreeable.
Alright, with that being agreeable, you start to make your way towards Cragmaw Castle. It is not that far away from you. It will take you an amount of time to get there, but now that you know where it is well hidden in the woods. You are able to trace your way to get there with the directions you have been given. Okay, you have arrived at your destination. Let's hope it's not your final destination. You're at the castle entrance. The castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights, but the upper stories are all in varying states of collapse. A short flight of steps leads up to the terrace in front of the main entryway. Past the wreckage is a pair of sundered doors that lies a shadowy hall beyond. Round towers loom over the entranceway with dark arrow slits looking down on the terrace.
So the door's in front of us, correct? Or is it?
Yeah, it leads up from where you are, from the outside, looking towards it.
Okay.
I'll look to Kit and say, well, after what we've been through, I think a smart thing to ask ourselves is whether or not there's any unpleasant surprises waiting for us in the entryway.
Maybe we look for a broken window or something to climb in. Somewhere else enter.
I mean, maybe or at the very least we can look around and see if there's like a blind spot or something. Because I have a suspicion that if anyone's living in a place like this, they would probably be, well, they'd be mad not to set traps, really. I'm going to make a perception check just to see if there are any blind spots or broken windows that we could use as an advantage to get in.
You may do so, but
Without
bear in
being
mind,
seen.
at the moment you're at a lower area. It would be on a rise for the actual entranceway. It's up those stairs, but you can get a sort of look, but you're quite far off.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see what I can see from here, and if I then I can stealth some more if we need to get a better look. Which we definitely will.
You're pretty much looking at the stairs, and you're like, those are a lot of stairs.
As it goes, okay, it's really hard to see anything from here about giving up. So I guess the question is, do you want to rely on me to be sneaky, or do we just want to charge forward and hope for the best? Because that plan has worked on various occasions. I mean, it has also failed at different occasions, but you never know.
Given that we don't know what we're going to find in there, I know I have the subtlety of a brick, but perhaps we should be subtle.
Okay.
There are several ways in which you could approach this. I shall leave it to you to decide.
Right. First off, Kit has no idea if this is actually going to work or be useful, but he's going to get out the robe he took from was it the Red Suns, the guys we fought earlier, where Kit.
The Red Brands.
Red Brands, that's it.
Yep.
Kit's going to get out that robe and put it on himself, just because it might be helpful, and I guess I could stealth and sneak around if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah, make an intelligence check.
Okay. Oh god.
There it is.
Okay.
Oh god.
Well, I'll give you it for free that you know you've stirred up some amount of trouble between the Red Brands and potentially other forces.
Right, okay.
Yep. And people have seen you and escaped before.
Right,
but
okay.
You yourself are not sure what really affiliates to what. Because you know there are multiple forces at work here. You know, with the orcs, with the Cragmaws, with the wizards. So you're not really sure what's tied into what.
I'm just been like kids just staring at the cloak, and it's like that mathematics meme where there's like all these different formulas running past his head. He's trying to figure out those guys like that guy, then those guys are playing against that guy, so that guy said, "I'll forget it," and he's just going to toss the cloak over his shoulder before going into stealth.
Okay, you're gonna stealth.
Yes, I guess to this direction. Oh come on!
There's the rolls. You rolled a 3, a 1, and a 2.
Jonan with these stealth rolls, man.
Immediately trips over.
Well, the thing is, you rolled a 2 and still got a 10.
All right. You feel.
Oh god.
You move ahead. You feel relatively secure in your stealth.
Right. So those are the broken doors. I guess I will move up to here.
Yeah, the further you get in, you can see that doors stand closed to the north and south with crumbling mounds of rubble, partially obscuring the southern hall. To the east, A broad corridor ends in 2 more doors leading south and east. The corridor is cluttered with dusty rubble and fallen plaster from a partial collapse of the ceiling overhead.
Alright, I'm just going to move up here, and these arrow slits on the walls, can I make a check to see if anyone's looking through them?
You can indeed. Alright, what you see is, as you peer through that arrow slit, a short bow, which gets a 12 and misses you just slightly. You're going to have to roll initiative, my friends.
I just mentioned I was looking for that position, rather just for the record. I wasn't actually trying to climb in, but never.
Yeah, you would have had to have been directly in front of it to see through it.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, so we'll roll these initiatives. Yeah, to be fair, Jonan, they saw you. Immediately. They were waiting for their moment.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I screwed up. So the arrow shoots out, Kit will just yell at the others. I think they've seen us. Sorry.
I don't know how they saw us, but they did.
We have entered combat, with Kittor looking down a short bow in the face. With that said, the initiative is on the side of the attackers in this instance, with Loris on 22, Rack on 20, Kit on 14, Ark on 8, and the goblins on 5. There was a goblin that you saw behind that short bow through the arrow slit. Although it is quite difficult to get a look in there, that is what you saw. Loris, you are the first to act at this point.
Okay, I'm aware of. I saw something in these arrow slits take a shot, right?
Unfortunately, you saw nothing. You guys are below the stairways. You know Kit's in trouble. You can hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna Leroy Jenkins it up these stairs. Okay, from here do I see threats?
You can, through the arrow slit, you can see the goblins. They will get cover, though, if you fire through there.
Okay, I'm gonna stand here then, so it minimizes the chance of me exploding Kit. And I'm going to firebolt.
Alright.
It's what I know how to do.
Go for it.
Oh, God.
Kit, you feel a burning sensation at the back of your neck. Unfortunately,
that happens. Sorry.
Unfortunately, that will be you, Loris, and it will move on to Rack.
That was all I could do anyway.
Nothing worse than the smell of singed fur.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move up the stairs a bit.
You make your way up the stairs, getting ready for your attack.
Attempt a minor illusion, like some kind of, I guess a wooden board in front of the arrow slit.
Okay.
And hopefully they don't see through the illusion.
Yeah, you can do that. It will be their intelligence versus your spell casting.
Oh, notoriously smart creatures, goblins.
Don't jinx it.
Alright, you create a illusion of a wooden board blocking, essentially from their point of view, the arrow slit is blocked. Is that on the one on the north side?
Yeah, that's the one we're aware of at the moment.
Okay. And that is done. That is your action. Would you like to do anything else?
No, I don't think there's much else. Actually, I'll go to ground.
Okay, you drop down to the ground to get defense against incoming ranged fire. Kit, you're up.
Okay. I am going to bonus action dash. Just to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that would be my movement. I'm going to. Okay. I'm don't think of it as a gaming because I can see behind the door from the line of sight, but I don't know if Kit would know that if that's the door they would be in.
You know there's goblins in directly behind where you are anyway. You've seen them.
Okay.
So assumingly that door leads to them.
Okay then. So, as my action, because let's see, I've only moved 6, so I've still got the other part of my dash left. That's my action. I'm going to knock on the door and yell, and sort of yelling goblin. There's more of them in the back. Help us!
All right.
And I'm gonna go 1.
Make
2,
me a
3,
deception
4,
roll.
6. Okay then.
Roll higher than me.
I really hope I do. Deception.
All right, that'll be against the wisdom for their insight. All right, and you were saying there's more of them to come out.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's more. I'm just essentially calling for reinforcement. There's more in the back. Help us.
More help! Hobgoblins. Is what comes back, and you make your way over to that area between the two doors there. Unfortunately, you are going to have to. You are going to have to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You make your way over to that area between the doorways. As you get there, you see a large amount of dust fling into the air. As soon as that happens, you can see rocks. Well, you don't see this, but everyone else will see this fall upon your head. Rocks and rubble from above land straight down upon you. You will be taking half damage because you made your save, but it will be 3d6 damage.
Okay.
As it tumbles upon your head. So 5 damage in total as you make your way over there.
Okay.
And that will be you.
Reflexes like a cat.
You'll hear like all this rubble come down over your paws, and then I'm okay.
A pause. Anyway.
There's 4 of those.
Alright, you up.
Alright, I will.
So it's just like
have
you will...
the lights turned out.
Oh, he's so dramatic, man. He's so dramatic. You need that for Maldrath when you're playing your cleric on Jonan's campaign.
I've got a plan for him whenever we get back to him. Right, I shall move myself this way, so that'd be what, 5, 10, 15, 20, to there, and I will attempt to return fire through that arrow slit to that goblin right.
Okay, go for it. With your arm cannon, you've just picked the firearm feat as well, giving you an advantage on that. That is a hit. You shoot straight through the slit towards the goblin, and you see the shot veer past their head, and it grazes them. Blood shoots out from them, but they're still alright for now.
And that will be me.
Alright, it then goes to the goblins. Okay, so for yourself, Ark, and Loris, from the other arrow slit, you are going to take 2 short bow attacks, which will come directly for Ark. You have a short bow attack coming in for 13, and for Loris, you have a natural 20. Oh my goodness. Well, that happened. That is, whoa, maximum damage on one of them. Okay, yeah, 12 damage from a goblin's.
That's
Goblin.
on me, right?
Yeah.
From your perspective, they then disappear. They have dropped down. And the arrow slit is only from the perspective of their height, so they're invisible. On the other side, the same thing happens. They need to make an intelligence check to see if they can see past your illusion against your spell casting. So one of them definitely does not, the other one definitely does not as well. So from your perspective, Kit, as the dust settles, you can see that door open. A goblin runs in to the room, panics very much, and then moves through another doorway out of your sight.
Okay.
The doorway does close behind him. And that's what they do. Loris, you're up.
Wow, okay, I just had a third of my considerable HP taken off by a goblin.
That was a critical, man. 24 on the hit.
I'm not engaging these guys in range combat. Can I open this door as part of my move, or is that an action?
Which door are you trying to open? The one directly in front of you, or the one to your right?
To my right.
You try to turn the handle, it does not move.
There's
Looks like there's resistance, as if something's holding it.
Is it made of wood?
The doors are made of wood, but they're reinforced with iron bands. You can try to break through it. It doesn't have a lock or a keyhole, unfortunately. So it will take a DC 15 strength check to break it down, or you could just go ahead and bash it to pieces as well. So Hugh will do maximum damage to objects made of wood, like the door.
Okay, I'm just going to, I'm just gonna fireman style axe this door down.
All right, go for it.
Here's Loris.
Make an attack.
22.
That is definitely a hit. Maximum damage.
Which would be 12.
With that, Hugh slices through the door. It pretty much explodes as you make a dramatic entrance. The goblins were already cowering. To be out of the way of any opposition, you break right into there.
Alright, and because that was my attack, I'm just going to give them a moment to think about their decisions. That's my turn.
Reconsider their life choices.
They're mostly thinking, crap. Rack, you're up.
I'm going to move up to the arrow slit and then acid splash the two of them.
You can't see them, unfortunately. They drop down. The ones down there. When you get down there.
Oh, I can't see anything.
Yeah, they drop down. So they have it pretty much at regular height. They shoot and then they drop down. So from the outside, you can't see them.
Then I'll just move to here. Then I'll hold a firebolt for when I see a goblin.
Alright, your firebolt is ready for a goblin. With your reaction, Kit, you're up.
Okay. You know what they say about cats and curiosity. Okay, so I know a goblin ran through here and didn't come back, right?
Yes, that would be to your north. The other door is currently open.
Okay, well, I suppose I should deal with that problem first, so it doesn't... Okay.
It left that one open, it closed the door to the north behind it.
Okay, I can open this door as part of my movement, right? Or is it locked?
It's open. That door next to you is open.
Okay, so now I'm just going to stab this guy.
Okay, you have advantage.
Okay.
He's on the ground, so you have advantage.
Okay, so... short sword. 1, 2...
That is a hit.
And, wait, it's advantage...
If you have
does that mean I
advantage, you
sneak?
get sneak, yeah.
Nice, okay.
That is one skewered goblin.
Okay, so I'm gonna stab him, and then with my bonus action, I am going to hide to see, even just so I can try and see whatever's coming out of there.
Yeah, you can do so. I would recommend for your hide to go behind the door frame, because if you can't quite hide
it is okay.
in a door frame.
Yes, that's fair.
I'm a door. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But you may attempt to hide them.
I'm just, in fairness, I think I have used up my movement, so I can't move any further from here.
Okay.
Okay. Close the door and hide. Like,
Yep. Go.
keep it slightly ajar. So,
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Close the door and you hide. You're pretty well hidden. And after which it comes to Ark.
I don't think I'll be able to reach that other goblin. So what I'll do is I'll just stand next to Rack and ready my arm blaster for any goblins should they make an appearance.
Okay, you ready your arm blaster for an attacker. Did it come into your range? Alright, for yourself, Loris, you can see those goblins stand up, takes half their movement. And they're going to have to fight you because you're directly in front of them. Also, the door directly ahead of you is opened as well.
Oh, more of them.
And there are more goblins out there ready to face you in the room ahead.
Am I able to see those?
Unfortunately not from your line. If you click Control L on yourself, you can see your line of vision, and you have no visual from the rubble and Loris to the targets, I'm afraid. They're going to attempt to... Only 2 of them can actually attack you, Loris, so you're fortunate in that regard, because they're also kind of filed in from what they can see, so 2 scimitars. See if we can get another 20. No. 8 and a 10. Alright. It is then your action, Loris.
Okay, so I was going to green flame blade into the room next to me, but with this new threat, I am going to... Actually, you know what? With that turn, I am still going to do that. I'm going to green flame blade with my axe on this guy and have it jump to the goblin next to him.
Okay.
If it hits.
Go for it with your green flame blade.
23.
That is definitely a hit. 23 easily hits a goblin.
9.
9 completely destroys the target.
Yeah, the goblin next to that one takes 4 points of takes 4 points of fire damage in accordance to my level.
The flame completely engulfs the goblin next to you, who goes up in flames. The next one is badly burnt, but still cowering and ready to fight. Anything else you'd like to do?
Anything else I can do involves me taking an attack of opportunity, so no.
Okay, Rack, you're up.
I'll step round the corner, then acid splash 2 of the goblins to the south of Loris.
Okay, go for it. That is a
They got mate.
dexterity. Dexterity saves for the goblins. That is a natural 20 and an 8.
Oh my god.
So the furthest goblin takes an acid splash. Badly phased by that acid, recoils. Ah! Yeeg! Help! It shouts to the side.
Is there a roof to the area in, or is this just...
There's no roof. The roofs have long since collapsed. The only remaining part of roof is now on top of Jonah's head.
I'm going to move back to where I was, I think.
Okay.
And that's me.
Speaking of which, Kit, you're up.
Okay. Okay, I'm just let me step outside. Now, on the one hand, there's a lot of chaos going down there. On the one hand, I know a goblin went that direction, so the question is it going to be useful for me to try and nip that in the bud, or is it just going to cause more chaos?
Well, we've pretty much, not jinxing it, tied this area up down here. So if it'd be nice to not have more stuff coming in from the north, but I can't express that in character.
Okay. Kid's going to see that. He's just going to step here. I'm going to try this door, see if it's locked.
It is not locked. He closed it, didn't have time to lock it.
Okay,
So
I will just
that door does open.
sigh, throw caution to the wind, and push it open.
Alright, you can see through that door. A goblin is looking on to another open doorway. He's screaming, "They're here! They're here!" as he looks to
Run up,
speak you.
stab him.
Alright, through the doorway, as you do stab the goblin, you can see 4 larger, heavily armoured individuals getting ready to attack as they awake from their rest. And well, that certainly is a hit, but you can see that there are other combatants ahead of you.
Okay, just turn off sneak attack, because it's just a regular attack on
It
this
is a
guy.
regular attack, yep. That's enough to slaughter them as you skewer them through. As their body falls to the ground, you can see 4 hobgoblins ahead of you, just about armoured up by the time you get there.
Okay, in that case, let me see. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. So, bonus action dash, run out here, back round to this corner, and just yell to the others, "Heads up! Hobgoblins coming from the north!"
You are fortunate that trap only triggers once. Kill them! You hear from the north, as they have also been drawn into the battle with that, you're all warned of this, and Ark, you're up.
The question to save my attack for when I see them or block that door. I think what I will do is stand in front. Which way does that door open?
Which door, sorry? The door to the north. It has opened outwards from your side.
Okay, so I can't just stand in front of it and use my giant fucking body to like jam the.
You could certainly block the door with your presence, and they would have to dispatch you before moving after you because they can't move through your space if you're at the doorway.
Yeah, I was hoping to buy some time, like if it opened towards me, I could just stand in front of it and stop it from opening, and then they'd have to break the door down, which would give us a little bit more time to deal with the other goblins. But if that's the case, I think what I'll do is stand there and then wait for my opportunity to slice one of them with, or spear, depending on what's going on.
Okay. With that, you ready yourself? You're planting yourself there and getting ready to attack anything that comes out.
Yeah, the door is closed just in case they want to try and do any arrows or whatever.
Okay. You position yourself there, you close the door, and wait for the inevitable. So it's the Goblins Action now. There is one goblin still alive by yourself, Loris, in the arrow slit room. So it's going to move up, and it's going to attempt to attack you with its scimitar. So Loris, you're looking at a 19. Good for a goblin.
I'm not gonna waste a spell slot on that. I'll take it.
Okay, that comes in, and that deals you a mighty 7 points of slashing damage.
I wish I'd shielded.
The other goblin also attacks you with its scimitar, and that gets a 9.
Yeah, that's better.
From afar, you can see them yell to the far side of the room, which is obscured from your vision, "Yeek! Kill them!" And you hear a reply, "Get 'em, boys!" And the sound of footsteps. And with that, we're going to go over to start the round, and I'm going to roll the initiative for the Hobgoblins, who have also joined the fray. So they're going to get added in, and they get a mighty 8. So they will be going... They'll have to roll off with Ark, actually,
Dun dun dun.
to see who goes first in this round. So you will go first, Ark. So Hobgoblins are at the very end of the order, but just before the Goblins. So they are on the initiative of 8. Loris, you're up.
Alright, it's time. Dragon Breath.
Alright, bonus action to cast it, action to use it.
Yep. And
They are
fire right down
They are in a line, you get all of them.
So that's this and damage.
As the fire comes through the doorway. Those are obliterated goblins. Thank you very much. They are completely gone. As the fire breath comes in, you reel back as if a dragon yourself and let out the fire breath. When it returns, you see no trace of goblins whatsoever, but the scorch marks on the ground where they stood.
Atomized fatality. I'm going to...
There is, of course, still a goblin directly to your right.
I'm gonna move in here. Oh, I regret moving in here. Okay, I can't take that back. But I have given Rack an opportunity to get into the fray, so I'll just stay here and hold the line.
You will technically take an attack of opportunity here. You haven't moved out of 5 foot of the goblin, but you have moved away from it because you've gone through a doorway. So it won't be in its visual range. So you're going to take an attack of opportunity from its reaction. 2. So that gets 6 in total. So you're good. There are a lot of goblins in there. Towards the back, one goblin standing on a table, slightly bigger than the other goblins. Perhaps this Yeager has been mentioned, is jumping up and down. Get him! Get him! Get him! As they are loading their bows.
On the one hand, actually, There's a ton of them in there. I've eaten the attack of opportunity. I'm going to see this, think, I can use this to my advantage, and move back here.
Okay, you start to move back. You are fortunate that because they are goblins, they didn't ready actions. they're not the brightest. They're not as adept in combat as the hobgoblins are. Rat.
And and having seen that, I'll say to the others, more problems in the other room. Lots of problems.
Yep. Rack, you're up.
Hearing about the more goblins in the other room, I'm gonna hope that this door opposite Kit there leads to somewhere.
Alright, you move over to there.
Does the door open?
The door,
Oh my God.
the door directly next to you.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I hit some more goblins.
When you open that door, you see a lot of goblins. It does actually lead into the very same room that Loris was looking at earlier.
Well, at least that's something.
Yeah, that leads into that area. There you go.
And then I'm gonna cast darkness into the room,
Okay, cast darkness.
using my sorcery point so I can see through it.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
I gotta say, it's darkness and there's lightning, which just tells me that Rack is the Undertaker.
Yeah, in that, the darkness has been cast in that area. They cannot see through it. You can, Rack.
Yeah, I'll then enter into the darkness as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Enters into the darkness. And
The horror begins.
somewhere a bell tolls. What you hear is, "Get him! Get him! Ah! Who turned out the lights? I thought it was open air." To which that will be you, won't it, Rack?
Yeah, I can't really do anything else for a bonus action.
That will move over to Kit.
Kit briefly thinks about opening the other door, but then thinks better of it, and is going to stand behind Ark, readying a short bow over his shoulder just in case anything does break through.
Alright, with that, Ark, you are up.
Is pushing a door open an action?
No, it is included in your movement, as long as it is not locked.
Okay. Can I push the door in front of me open, and is the door where the hobgoblins are, is that open?
It is when you get through there. It is also open.
Can I just shoot one of the hobgoblins and then move back and close the door again?
You can, yeah. You 10 foot to move in, 10 foot to move back.
I will do that.
Okay. Move up to
I'm
this
assuming
space.
I can
You can
You
see
can shoot people with gun.
Hobgoblin
shoot the one right in front of
20 foot ahead of you. Alright, 16 does not hit. It bounces off their armor.
Oh, really?
It does, I'm afraid. They are not goblins, they are hobgoblins!
Oh no, they're going to gobble us up.
Ooh, tumbleweed.
Yeah, that not my best pun.
Okay, so I can use one superiority dice to add it to the attack roll.
Okay,
What am I rolling here? A d8.
a d8 to your attack with your Monster Hunter superiority dice. Alright, that is enough. That brings it to 19, above their chainmail armor and shield. Alright, you shoot ahead. It blasts through the armor. Kind of looks like it bats off for the start, but then it penetrates the armor with the full force. It grunts. They all look towards you. And then I imagine you make your way back to the door and close it. You do such. It will then be them. They were just behind you. But you do have the doorway on your side, so only one of them will actually be able to get to the doorway when it comes to it. But they do start to make their way through. The door does open as the first hobgoblin.
And I take my attack.
Yep, you have your reaction ready. You make your attack. 18 is a hit, dead on.
And he's in the effective radius of
Yep.
arc.
You have an ally within 5 feet, so you will get your sneak attack.
Okay, just take the. Hang on, let me just roll it again. Okay, so it's the 5 and the 6.
Okay,
Oh, wait,
that
the
is
sneaks.
that
Oh, wait,
is
the sneaks. The sneak is 10. Sorry, so it's 15.
as the arrow comes in
Yeah.
right between the eyes. You see it ready for its attack. It will get its attack because they happen at the same time. However, as it comes in with its long sword and it gets a 20,
So no,
so it strikes you for 6 points of slashing damage, reels back its sword, the arrow hits it dead in the head between the eyes, and it looks like it's coming back for another attack, but it is in fact just slowly falling backwards. That one is taken out with that reaction. And the second one does come in for the attack. That will come in for a longsword. And that is a 19.
Oh my god!
goddamn.
That is going to be a 2 points of slashing damage. So I can't use this martial advantage because there's no ally within range. So you won't get that extra 2d6 damage. There we go. There's me looking at the rules. Okay.
How fortuitous.
So you're safe from the martial advantage. Another one does come through. You're going to get +2 cover. You're going to get cover for this because it's using a longsword. Oh, sorry. Not a longsword. No, not a longsword. You get cover for this because it's not throwing its longsword. It's using a longbow, clicking on the right thing. There you go. It gets a 6. That works because I stumbled on those. And then you see it move on. The other one doesn't quite get far enough, but that starts to move on as well. That one is, however, heavily injured, as you can see. It then goes to the goblins. Many of them are still stranded in the darkness, which is not a metaphor. They are stranded in the darkness. Although the asset for the darkness shows lightning, that is just the correct size asset that I had. You can take it, Undertaker, if you want visuals, but that is darkness. One goblin does come out to attack you, Loris. Moves around to do so. It is just about still there, so it does get the attempt to on a 6. It does not. The rest of the goblins do know where the exits are to this room, so they are going to attempt to move out. But you may take an attack of opportunity, Rack, if you would like to, because they don't know you're there. One of them almost butts into you. So the one next to you, to be fair, would butt into you. So that one's going to try and attack you at disadvantage.
They can't see me, so I get advantage.
Yep. He's going to attack you at disadvantage because he can't see you. So that is a... would have been natural 20 or 13. And you get to attack of opportunity on the one that is going to attempt to leave. That is definitely a hit. And you cut them down. So one of them does try to get out from you, but you slash them down and they are taken out. That's them dealt with. The others start to make their way through as their movement allows. They try to run from the darkness. Yeager himself also does so. Good thing that trap can't spring again.
That would be the funniest thing.
Unfortunately, I set it off, but oh well.
Alright, that's going to be their movement. Some of them are still in the darkness. They're panicking. They are running like mad. And with that, that is the Goblins' actions. It is going to move over to Loris.
This goblin that's just appeared behind me is visibly slightly larger than the others.
Yes, although incredibly panicked.
Okay. Oh, that goblin is going to run right into Kit. That's fine. I'm going to hew this one down.
Okay. Let's see if you do.
22.
Yes, you do. Okay. It had
Max damage.
It had 3 hit points remaining from the previous attack.
Can I just describe my visual
Go for it.
that I just reel back and baseball swat it out a window?
Pretty much, you come with the axe. The head comes off. The head goes out of the arrow slit and blocks it. The body slumps against the ground. With that, they are dispatched, and you're free to move as you would.
Okay. Possibly unwise, but I'm going to Actually, I don't know that there's a tide of goblins coming in through the other side, so I'm going to move up here to get closer to the big guys.
You know there's more goblins there, you just don't know they've been scared out of their wits and are running away. With that,
Yeah, I'll block this avenue of escape.
speaking of fear themselves, Rack, you're up.
I'll pull back my staff and then behind you. Racking.
Go for it.
Get
Alright. I'm gonna roll something for the goblins as well. That is a hit, most certainly, with advantage from the darkness.
Holy crap! Just tearing them down.
Once again, you do slice through another goblin, completely tearing it to pieces as you go completely mental in darkness. They can hear their body slumping on the ground, and you're certain you hear one goblin go, Just run to the hideout! Run to the hideout! Leave!
May I just point out, he's gone from the Undertaker to the Fiend.
If that's all, Rack, it will go to Kit.
Then I'm going to move to the center of the room and I cast this darkness spell on a pebble, so I'm going to pick that up so the darkness will then move with the pebble.
Okay.
As I'll keep that in my
Nice.
hand. And then I'll move back.
Alright. So, I will allow it. Next time, make sure you say that you cast it on the pebble in the first place.
Yeah, no worries.
The darkness won't go through the walls, so just keep that in mind as well. Okay, so Kit, you're up.
Okay.
Back in a sec.
Fair enough. I imagine I hear the scream of the goblins behind me, so I'm just going to step back briefly to attack this guy.
Okay.
Short sword. Just for the record, would this count as sneak attacks since Lois is in front of him, or is he?
Yes, he's still next to you. Yeah, just within 5 foot.
Okay,
It's fine.
just wanted to make sure before I did this. So does that hit?
That is a hit. They weren't expecting it.
Okay, so stabby.
Alright, that is enough with the sneak attack. No! You
Sorry!
Sorry, you say, as you stab them, they crumble backwards and fall into the darkness, never to be seen again.
Okay, and with that, I move back up and bonus action. I am going to... Let's see, who it'll be up in this order. I am going to use Master Tactician to give Arc advance, and yeah, because I can do the two people now with the feet, I'll say Loris as well, because why not?
Yep.
I'm going to give those two an advantage on the Hobgoblin, and the distraction is going to be I am just going to you basically fling the goblin's blood over Ark's shoulder towards the Hobgoblin, just as like
gross. Okay.
yeah,
He's
just a bit weird, so it's more like
he's suitably distracted.
a bit confused, but distracted nevertheless.
Ark, you're up.
Follow the example of stabby stab.
Stabby stab always works.
And you now have advantage.
Advantage because he's suitably distracted. Nevertheless, not enough to get through that armor, I'm afraid, as he blocks it with his shield.
Spend
Deflecting.
another dice to boost that 50.
Okay, go for it. Superiority dice.
What did it say? Was it?
That is definitely it on a +8 to that. Way over
Nice.
their AC. Even with the shield in tow. Alright, 9 slashing damage. You slash into them, they grunt. Ugh. But growl back at you. Still there, I'm afraid. If that's everything, it'll be the Hobgoblins. Alright. He does try and return the favour to yourself. With his longsword. This time not a longbow, a longsword. That is a 13. Not a chance against you. Alright. There's some shuffling. This one is going to take another longbow attack. You're going to get cover from it. But it's going to at least attempt it. At least attempt it. 19, not bad. Yeah, +2 cover, so you're good. Not a chance to hit with the cover bonus as well. He then starts to make his way through here. Out of your sight, that is. He was quite injured as well, so perhaps drawn down by that. And then it is the goblins. Some of them are starting to trickle their way through to the other room. They see their leader, and they keep going. They see their leader's corpse, cased in the darkness. Loris
Sven
will have
may
the
have, an attack
may
of
may have the opportunity for attack if they wish to, but it does seem like they are leaving the building. Rack, again, you have an opportunity to attack if you would like to.
Yeah, I'll take a swing.
Alright, 18 is certainly a hit on a goblin. 4 points, you nick him with the staff, hits him inside the face. You can feel teeth crunching beneath your strike, but he does make it away from you. And they start to make it through to the room ahead. One goblin is going to attack you, Kit, and then one goblin will attack Loris. The scimitars, they start to make their way through and run away. 15 on yourself, Kit.
Just misses.
Alright, and for Loris, again, a lot of 20s on him. Well, I say a 20. I get a 20. Maybe I can make it 2. Maybe I can make it a lot. Not a chance.
It always feels like a lot.
16. Not enough. They are running away. 17 for Loris's armor. And it would be Loris next, who will appear by the magic of editing. Alright, so, I have changed Rack's aura to be on him since he has the stone with darkness on him currently. Again, it can't go through walls, so visually keep that in mind, guys. And Loris, you had a attack of opportunity. From the magic of editing, you have reappeared, so you may take it.
All right.
That is
14.
a hit on a goblin for sure, with the hue.
8.
And as they run past you, you casually hold out your hue and cut the head off. It's almost like they ran into the sharp of the blade and their body kept running but their head stayed on top of your axe.
You have to pay the toll to leave.
Loris, it is your action.
I'm going to... At this point...
You will take an attack of opportunity for doing that movement from a goblin.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And the darkness doesn't go through walls, so you're not actually in the darkness.
Yes. He misses, however, so you're
Can't.
good.
Okay, these two are getting fire breath.
Alright, go for it. Roll the damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
It's half of that is still their hit points. So, the fire comes in once again. Even the remains of the door are no longer there from the scorches that litter. The body of the downed goblin is no longer there. Just a line of scarred ground ahead of you. They are gone.
All right, and I'm just going to move up here to make their lives more complicated.
Alright. With that, it moves on to Rack.
I'll pop behind this other goblin here
Okay.
and boink him on the head with my staff.
He cannot see you, so you may do that.
Boop.
Alright, that is a hit. He was already wounded previously, and that is enough damage to cave in his skull. So he is down. The darkness starts to flood into the room.
Am I able to close the door? Yeah, I'll just close the door, that'd be easier.
Okay, you close the door. And with that, the darkness has vanished. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'll stay there.
Okay, Kit, you are up.
Okay. I'm trying to think whether it's more useful to get rid of the hobgoblin or the little goblin behind me. Might as well get rid of the little goblin just in case.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Is this goblin looking like it's already tried to tap me once. Does it look like it's going to run away, or is it?
They were fleeing. They were attacking as they left. None of them have
Okay.
made it outside of the threshold of the crumbling area as they themselves crumble to ash.
Okay. I'll leave that to attack of opportunity because the hobgoblin's the bigger threat. I'm going to take a pot shot at him with the short bow.
Okay, he does have cover from arc, but you may do so.
That is fair. For
Not a
that's
chance,
terrible.
I'm afraid. In fact, it bats off the back of arc.
Luckily, Ark
Sorry.
doesn't feel it.
Sorry, and in that case, I will use Master Tactics to give Ark and Loris advantage on this hobgoblin if they wish.
Okay.
This time as a distraction, I'll just like toss. I'll just basically do a feint attack. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, the hobgoblin is very wary, but still in the fight. It is nevertheless distracted. Arc, you are up.
That's longsword him.
Alright, you have advantage. And you're gonna need it!
Holy
Whoa!
Moses.
So he's on 2 hit points, but you can roll your damage if you want. Alright, pretty much, from your perspective, you cut him in a way that you weren't aware existed, that you slice the body and it explodes. So, it's like when you get a critical in a gory computer game. The body just...
Oh, he's
Taking it
been
back.
jibbed.
OG Baldur's Gate, you'd crit and they just explode
Yeah,
into chunks.
exactly that. The body just explodes into chunks. You are covered in a crimson mask, but your enemy is removed.
Now I'm just running at red versus blue. This does not seem physically possible.
2 hit points.
That case, Ark will tentatively step into the next room and stand behind that.
The room you move into is a storeroom. It is filled with old casks of salted meat and sacks of rotting grain that fill the store area. Among the supplies you see a bloody suit of chainmail, kind of appropriate. It was actually that descriptor before it was also covered with blood, and a heavy crossbow and an unsheathed longsword with an emblem worked into its hilt. That is that. It then goes, if that's you, to the hobgoblins.
Yeah, I'm just going to take up sort of a defensive position.
So, from your perspective, Loris, and yourself, Kit Tor, the door next to you bursts open, and hobgoblins emerge.
Son of a
free.
gun!
They made their way around whilst you were fighting, I'm afraid. There's only 2 of them left. This one can move through friendly spaces, so it will. The next one will move up. You're going to take an attack each from the hobgoblins. And they position themselves
Alright,
nicely,
okay.
so the martial advantage will be in effect here because they have allies that are there. So they
Maybe I
will,
shouldn't
if they
have
hit,
goblin.
they will get the martial advantage. Longswords are coming in for yourself, Kit. And it's going to be a measly 8. And for Loris,
Duck.
you are looking at a terrible 12. So you have
All
dodged that. And that is all of the hobgoblins. It goes to the goblins. This one is going to try and escape. You may make an attack of opportunity, either of you, as it tries to run away.
Will do.
It is terribly scared. Alright, you may do your
Man,
damage.
They must be really dim if they're going to run away when reinforcements.
Regardless, he is taken out with your sneak attack as he runs away. Being early destroyed between you. Would have been destroyed by the hobgoblin defenders if he had run away. So, there's that as well. With
Okay.
that, the goblins are removed from the turn order. And Loris, you're up.
Okay. I could do something here, but if I get hit, it's going to be a terrible time for me. I'm going to cast Catapult
Okay.
and launch one of these scimitars on a dead goblin into the face of this guy here.
Okay, dex save for the hobgoblin. It's a 5. They may not live through this. The catapult lands into them. For 9 points of damage, the scimitar sticks into them. They look down in shock at the wound as they slump backwards to the ground. You now only have one
All right.
hobgoblin remaining.
And I'm just gonna stay here because I'm adjacent. Actually, I'm gonna move up.
Okay,
Give him something to think about other than Kit.
Rack, you're up.
I'll open the door and step out.
Okay, there is one hobgoblin in the room. And lots of dead goblins. You're standing on dead goblins.
And now no
worst
one can
part.
From everyone else's perspective, you'd see nothing. The room just... the lights went out, and you're like, I thought this was open air.
Actually, Kit's just thinking, deja vu.
I'll firebolt the hobgoblin.
Okay. Firebolt comes in. That is not a hit, I'm afraid. The hits the side of the wall and misses them completely.
And then I'll step back and close the door.
Okay. It's as if the lights flickered, but it's open air. Anyway, Kit. You're
Weirdest
up.
brownout ever.
Step up, stabby.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Don't want to use a roll high. Don't think I did.
Unfortunately, that's not enough. He blocks it and deflects the attack with his shield.
Okay, in that case, okay, is the door open? The north door.
The north door, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just going to shout. I'm just going to shout. So like, they came from behind, buddy, and I am going to use. I'm going to use my bonus action to do some more fading to give Loris an advantage. I would do arc, but I think he's just out of range from it because he can't see the creature yet.
Okay, but speaking of arc, it is your action.
Okay, I'll just move back in and
What, you don't want to get the rest of the castle in on this fight?
This is like whenever you're playing a Fire Emblem map and you just plant a plant a promoted unit in front of all the mooks.
Unfortunately, that is a miss with your longsword.
I'm gonna use another superiority dice, leaving me one left,
Okay,
and hopefully that'll.
that is enough. 19 is enough. With the +5 for superiority dice. I slash into them, almost knocks them flat on their back, but they have just enough wherewithal to stand strong from it. Just enough to stay true. Anything else you want to do?
I will just say a few words to him in Goblin, because I'm sure he'll.
Surrender, or it'll be your life.
Oh. Fortunately, surrender's not an option for these martially trained. He's going to try and stab you with his longsword.
Yeah, I didn't think that would work.
Longsword comes in. You put up your shield to dodge it, but your shield jerks out of your hand away from you just as the strike comes in. And that is going to be 6 points of slashing damage. Loris, you're up.
I'm gonna make use of that advantage. Time to hew this guy down to size.
Go for it. Unfortunately, you can't get through his armor as you stab into the chainmail. You can't find purchase on your strike. Almost gets caught in it with the side of the blade.
Fair enough. I'm not moving out of this guy's range. I do not want to eat an attack of opportunity from a hobgoblin. That's me.
Okay, Rack, you are up once again.
I'm going to squeak the door open and then firebolt him.
Okay, the firebolt comes in. A shot in the dark. See if it hits. Alright, both ends of the spectrum there. And the 23 does hit. He was on one hit point, so he is toast. The fire catches him and he goes up in flames.
Honestly, this is just reminded me of a Apologetic. Oh, who turned that light? Oh no, the hobgoblin is dead. Who could have done this?
With that, the enemies have been taken out. You are out of turn order, but also casting darkness.
Yeah, I'll pop the pebble in my pocket.
Okay. Are you maintaining concentration on it?
Yeah, it lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. With that, you guys can see again.
Okay. So that was a lot. Do you think there's any more of them in here?
There weren't any in the other room. Not anymore.
Yeah, I was going to correct you there. There were. They ran away.
I'll say I want to live in wishful thinking, but but before we move on, do you think we have exactly 1 minute? Odd question.
Maybe if we all stay still and quiet.
Okay, I'm not gonna perception check. Loris has such low wisdom, he doesn't know how to perception check. Basically, I want to cast Healing Elixir, but it's a casting time of 1 minute.
Okay, there was a moment of still quiet as you guys pondered. Do you know you have fought a significant amount of enemies in the early going? Most likely, your presence is known.
I mean, anything like that, we could get into one of the little rooms and just close the door, and that would probably buy us enough time for something like that.
Do you need to be able to see to do what you're doing? Because I can just put us all in darkness.
There's
So
that.
long as I can see myself, I should be fine.
Well, maybe a bit of both. If you just pop into one of the archery rooms and then we use the darkness, no one will know that you're in another room.
1 minute,
The darkness
literally
will
1
spread
minute.
through the arrow slits, so that could look a bit weird.
I mean, if we stand here and he just oh yeah.
I'm gonna pop into this room and summon my new spell Healing Elixir just to bring myself back up to frontline status.
Okay, one of you roll me a d20.
I'll do it this time. Here we go.
Interesting. Okay.
Monkeys fall from the sky.
All right. Where are you doing this?
In this in this archery alcove here.
A goblin opens the door. Jerry, has there always been an abyss of darkness in the main room?
Okay.
Oh, I heard screaming.
So,
I thought this place was open air.
Loris, you are casting your spell. Ark, Kit, and Rack, you are in darkness in the middle of the doorway area. You can make me perception checks, Kit and Rack, who are in the visual area to do so.
Okay. I guess I would try and use hearing more since I know we're in darkness, but
Not advantage, just the 14 then.
Rack, you can see coming up quickly to your position, and very fast you can see wolves make their way and howl towards the front of the building.
In a hushed voice, I will say that there's wolves coming up the stairs to the entrance.
As a booming voice comes from down the stairs. Ah! What is this? I, Torgar, Bloodsword, have returned with the head of the elven hunting party. I come bearing pain, and I would like you to roll initiatives.
No, thank you. We have enough pay.
It was 17 plus, I'm sorry guys, for an encounter.
oh my god.
Oh, Ark taking the lead.
So the one time I rolled high was the time we didn't want to roll high. Great.
Yeah.
That's absolutely great.
Maybe rolling low would have been worse, but I don't think it could have been.
No, it was 17 or above. You managed to roll 17. You have the worst luck.
I mean, at least we've cleared out this half of the castle.
Yep.
So, we got that.
Alright, apparently combat never ends. So, on the new initiative orders, we have Ark at 22, Rack at 21, the Hobgoblins at 16, just arriving. One of their leaders has returned in this raiding party with a bloody sack of elven heads from a hunting party that was in the woods. They are on 16, Loris is on 11, and Kit is on 6, and then at the back we have the wolves on 3, who are leading the raiding party rather, taking down the hunting party. Ark, you are up, although you don't see any of this visually.
Nope, but I definitely hear him.
You definitely hear it.
So I will move thus. And then step out of the darkness. I'm assuming I cannot see down that lip.
No, you cannot. You, however, do
presumably
see
here.
you see two wolves making their way towards you.
In that case, I will call out to the Hobgoblin.
Murder is a serious crime. So is mutilating body. You will face punishment for it.
Nice.
And then I will shoot a wolf.
Okay. The arm blaster comes in for a 13 on a wolf, which is exactly a hit on their natural armor. 5 points of bludgeoning damage on that. Knocks it back, but it's still going strong and snarling towards you.
And I shall step backwards into the dark.
Okay, you step back. Rack, you're up.
And that.
I'll step forward a little bit and firebolt a wolf.
Okay, you can only see the one above.
Do I still get advantage, or does it need to be in the darkness for that?
No, it would need to be in the darkness.
But on the plus side, you'll be safe from any wolf range attacks.
Considering I haven't attacked, can it not count as a surprise?
No, it will see the attack coming. It will come from the darkness, but it will see it coming. 14 is, however, a hit. Alright, 5 fire damage. You hit it with the fire. It's burning slightly. It's still going, however.
Oh, that's tough.
At the moment, it does seem to be hindering any one, so I'll keep the darkness pebble outside.
Okay. With that, it will move over to the Hobgoblins, who are going to make their way up to the top of the stairs. And they bring out their bows. Alright, they can't see anything, to be completely fair, so they will be firing completely blind. And the wolves are barking in a direction towards them because they have a keen sense of hearing and smell. They have a
If
good.
they haven't seen a target, then they can't directly shoot at us then.
They're just going to fire dead ahead. You guys are dead ahead, so it'll be disadvantaged still, but they know something's there because it's shot towards their allies.
And yeah, also two of us, well, one of us came out and shot.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go one apiece on 3 of them. Targor is not going to engage. Right, so for Ark, we're looking at a 6, and for Kit, you're looking at a 9, and for Rack, you're looking at a natural 1 as one of the bowstrings snaps. Target snarls, but doesn't step forward yet. Loris, you're up.
Okay, so they're all in darkness, right?
Not from your perspective if you were to look through the arrow slit.
I hate to be that guy, but is Rack's illusion of the slit still up?
No.
I've run out of time by
Yeah.
now as well.
Oh,
But
yeah.
also
Okay,
it's
fair.
concentration. Like.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
No, it's no longer there.
Could I theoretically maneuver through the darkness outside of the room?
You know your way around, theoretically.
Okay,
Unless a new door has sprung up, you should be able to make your way there.
I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know this is about where the entrance is, so I'm going to step up and say, I don't know exactly where you are, but face my wrath, evildoers, and I'm going to fire breath. Actually, just for flavor, I'll make it lightning breath. It's still a cone, and it'll hit all 3 of these.
Take a significant blast from the lightning, almost sends them back off the edge. They're just there, however, but significantly shaken. They weren't expecting that from the darkness.
That's fine. I'm gonna stay right there because I'm still in the darkness, and they have disadvantage on me.
One of them took the hit a lot stronger than the others, like held their place a lot stronger.
Gotcha. Well, I'll still hold fast there, and that's my turn.
Hit you
I'm
up.
guessing that one has the sack of heads on him, right?
He does, yeah. Well, he had.
Okay.
He's dropped it.
Usually when I remember the geography...
As a matter of fact, pretty much as the blast comes in, the sack of heads is sent into the ether, and elven heads are flying everywhere.
First there was the blood NATO, now there is the head NATO.
Oh, God.
It's a storm of skulls.
My next metal band.
Oh, God. Okay, so, using my knowledge, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I love
6.
the
I'm
idea
gonna
that these
position
heroes in this fight are just going like, I know they're here somewhere.
Yeah, I just all kind of feed around the wall going, okay, this way, this way. Oh, sorry, arc effect that is. 1, 2, 3, opens the door. And I'm going to take advantage of this slit to first take a pot shot at, I guess this guy would be directly in front of me, so the guy in the center. So, short bow time.
That does hit.
Okay.
He's on 1 hit point, so you can roll damage if you want.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Don't forget the sneak. That was meant to be on there.
Yeah.
6.
You hit him with the arrow. His body flies backwards off the ledge and lands in a pile of elven heads.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Getting a lot of mileage from these heads.
Okay. And,
Man, Kit has a real head for sneaking.
Oh boy.
Okay, would this be a point where I could hide? Because I think I've used up all my movement, so I can't go prone. So.
You could attempt to hide. You're in an arrow slit. I'll allow it.
Okay.
All right, you stealth. They know a shot came out of there, but they can't see you.
Okay.
Then goes to the wolves. They would have gone straight towards Rack, but they know there's someone directly in there, so they are going to come forward. They're still attacking at disadvantage. You're still in the darkness, but they will stand together and use their pack tactics. Okay, so that's going to be regular rolls with their bites. That's a 7, and that is a 13, so not a chance. Ark, you are up.
Right, I shall employ the same sort of tactic that Kit did and move up.
Alright, make your way forward.
If he's hiding, would I be able to occupy that same square?
Unfortunately, you can't really get to the arrow slit because he's directly in front of it. He couldn't move from it.
I don't like, because he's hiding, he would be...
He's kind of there. He couldn't move from the position. Unfortunately, it's a very small space and he's directly in front of it. The goblins, to fire multiple shots, the goblins duck down between shots. You don't really have that opportunity. He needed half his movement to do it, unfortunately, which he didn't have.
Well, if you're aware of that, you could go to the other...
He's only aware of it when he gets in there, unfortunately.
Right.
You could shoot through Kit if you want. He wouldn't like it, but bullet might travel through him into a hobgoblin.
Just imagine that bit in RoboCop where he shoots through that woman's
dress. Yeah.
I do not think that would have the same result this time. I'll just move back then and just hold my action for if anything maybe come through.
You won't see anything, but I will allow you to just fire off a random shot if something does come towards you.
Just in case something bumps into me.
Well, I mean that is an interesting choice of words, so I will keep that in mind.
If a hostile bumps into me.
You won't know, unfortunately.
Ah,
I don't know. I mean, how tall are hobgoblin?
Rat, they're very tall. Rack, you're up. So's Rack, however. Hey.
I'm gonna walk forward. Yeah. I'll acid splash the 2 hobgoblins towards the south there.
Okay. Do dexterity saves. That is going to be for the first one 11 and the further one a 12.
Yeah, so it's 13.
Okay. They both take the damage from the acid splash. It burns away on them. You can see the
And then
closest
I'm gonna
one
move back a bit.
snarl at that. After which it would be the hobgoblins. And they know a target's there. The 2 of them are gonna. Fortunately, Loris is the closest, so it's gonna be on Loris. For the longbows, at disadvantage, you're looking at a 9 and a 1. Another bowstring snaps. This one didn't have a bow to begin with. Moves forward and he's just going to try and slash at you. This guy is the mightier, slightly fancier armoured looking one of the bunch. He's going to come in with a long sword. And that is a 20.
Nothing I can do about that.
All
Well,
right.
actually, there is. Shield.
Okay.
That'll bring my armor class up to 22.
There you go. That's going to protect you from the strike. After which it is your attack, Loris. Or your action, I should say. But I imagine that will involve an attack.
Yes. I'm going to backstep, actually. I know this is a lot of attacks of opportunity, but I have a plan.
Yeah, unfortunately you were right next to them.
Counting on that disadvantage.
So they will take them. Because they know you were there. They just clashed with you. But it will be at disadvantage. So with the longsword, that is much worse than last time. And for the wolves, these will be regular strikes because they have pack tactics. So 2 bites, a 15 and a 15.
Okay, no joy. I'm going to backstep and another lightning breath. This will
Alright.
get all 4
This
of
will
these.
get all 4 of them indeed. The 2 wolves with the dex saves. I don't need to make a dex save for that hobgoblin because he's on 1 hit point. The wolves are going to make their saves. So one of them makes it, I believe. One of them fails.
Yeah, dead on. 14.
And then this character rolls their dexterity save, and they do make it.
Okay, so that's 12 to the ones that failed, 6 to the successes.
Alright, it was a fail before a success, so one of those wolves is cast from the high area down, the other one is burnt up, and then the fancy looking person is looking significantly less fancy, but no less angry. After that strike rattles them in thunderous energy, and you have moved
Okay.
back.
And with that, I'm going to make like Kit and go down here.
Okay. Feel your way to that area. Kit, it is your action. Speaking of like Kit,
Okay.
it's like a Kit because it is.
I am drawn to the shiny thing, so I will shoot this guy.
Okay, go for it.
I'm probably gonna miss because of IAC, but that's okay.
That's a winning attitude.
I'm waiting for. Oh my god!
Oh no! Well, they're on 2 hit points, Jonan.
Holy Moses!
All right. So, just as you reel back with your bow, they start to rally up. These tricks mean nothing. I am Targor Bloodsword. And an arrow hits him right in the mouth as he opens his mouth to scream at you. And blood starts
Sorry,
to
that
drip.
was a perfect target.
Big target!
He collapses on the ground, clawing at his throat as he swallows that arrow.
Man, you just gave him the mandible claw with a short bow.
I then go to use half my movement to duck so that that will give me cover and hopefully allow someone to shoot over me.
Okay, then goes to the wolf. It is just going to move directly forward. Directly forward takes it to Rack. It is with disadvantage, but it has a keen sense of hearing and smell, so it can find a target. Just might not be able to hit it. Let's see if that works out. Nope, 12. Alright, with that, Ark, you're up.
Right, it's take 2, I guess. And I should be able to see that.
You can, yes. Now that the kit is on all fours.
Alright. Let's lock and load, hopefully.
There is one target.
Never mind.
You pretty much blast open the arrow slit a little wider with your strike.
And then I'll just return to the darkness.
And from the darkness whence you came, Rack.
I'm gonna hit the wolf with my staff.
Okay, have advantage. That is a hit on a 22, would you believe? A light hit, but nevertheless you did knock it. Felt a connection with it in an aggressive way. Anything else?
No.
Okay, it goes over to the Hobgoblin, plural, so it has no target. It saw something come out of there, but it looks through and cannot see a target. There's a lot of its dead allies around, but nevertheless it is a trained warrior, so it's going to start to make its way in there. Right. Yeah, actually there's... I'm going to have to do a perception, because there's no way it's going to actually find a target. It's going to have to listen. See if it can hear anyone. Yeah, it's feeling its way around there. Loris, you're up.
Okay.
The Hobgoblin's waiting on the barks of the wolf to direct it to an enemy.
Does Loris, the notoriously perceptive man that he is, can he make out anything as far as direction of the enemy goes?
You know that there's combat happening.
Okay.
Stunning deduction.
If you were to make a perception, it would be a perception check, which would be an action.
Okay. I'm just going to...
If I start running like this...
by means of echolocation, say, Rack, if you can hear me, point me in the right direction.
You do realize he's literally going to point and you're going to say,
I'm over here.
Okay.
Okay, the wolf is making wolf-like snarls. It is incapable of not doing so, so you may make an attack on it at disadvantage.
I'm not going to make an attack on it. My cone hits these 6 squares right here.
Okay.
In front of me, just barely missing Rack and Ark.
Fair enough. If that's going to be you, that'll be you. It'll move over to Kit.
Okay. Well, there's no one else outside, so there's nothing to be gained by staying here, so...
We don't know, we could roll another raiding party the way it seems to be going.
Okay, so, I guess I will have to use half my movement to get up, so that leaves me with just 1, 2, 3, and I see darkness, so I'm just going to hold my action with the with a sword just in case something tries to attack me.
Okay, switch to your sword. If you see something come out to attack you, you will strike at it. It then goes to the wolf. So it would be disadvantage with the bite. And that is a 15. Not a chance. And Ark, you are up.
I have absolutely 0 tools to deal with this situation. I have no no cone attack. I mean, even if I did have night vision, it wouldn't help, would it?
It would not in magical darkness, no.
Yeah, I have no cones or any AoE attacks.
The wolf is going to need a cone after this.
I suppose just go at using my machine hearing. I will attempt to step forward, being as I know the rough location of the wolf.
Yeah, the wolf is making a lot of noise. It's an animal.
And I guess I'll just have a swing.
Alright, go for it.
See what I hit.
It'll be disadvantage.
Activating Weed Whacker.
Nevertheless, that's a hit. 13 on the natural armor of the wolf. That is enough to give you a wolfskin rug. You carve it to pieces.
Yeah, well, guess I'll just stay here then.
Rack, you're up.
I'll take the wolf's place and then hit the hobgoblin with my staff.
Go for it. Hobgoblin gets a nasty surprise, perhaps. That is enough to hit it on the chainmail armor. Comes in for a strike against it. Still there after that, but it definitely took a strong knock. Not as hard wearing as
then-
Targle was.
Gonna step away.
Right. It knows you're there because you just hit it, so it will have a disadvantage opportunity attack. Which is a 22 and a 22, apparently.
Yep, that's a hit.
Holy crap!
8 points of slashing damage. As you sort of step back into its blade as it comes across. If that's everything, it would go to the hobgoblin.
I'm gonna step into the room, then close the door,
Okay. You go into
so
the room.
everyone else
boy.
can see. now.
Vision returns. Hobgoblin looks stunned, sees a giant metal person right next to them, and then swings at them. It's going to be a long sword at you, sir, and it is a 13, so it misses you. You go to put the shield ahead of you, but your shield almost ducks out of the way yet again, but it clangs against your natural armor, being yourself. Loris, you're up.
I just step right up to him, say, terribly sorry about this, but you did attack us, and I just point blank bathe him in lightning.
Okay. Point blank it is. Dexterity. This is their home. That's a free. He is gone. The lightning strikes, and the body is sent back to a pile of hobgoblin bodies and elven heads.
I was going to say, they clearly did something wrong. They have a
Yeah.
bag of elven heads.
They did just kill an elven hunting party and brag about
Don't
it.
Thanos was right off with this.
So what you're saying is the hunters became the hunted, and then their hunters became the even more hunted.
Yeah.
The even more hunted.
The cycle continues.
And on that, my friends, as darkness enters the world once again, as Rat comes through the door. All right, with that, my friends, darkness enters the room once again, and we will be right back.
I'm impressed by us.
Alright, we are back, and after having battled almost half the entire castle, and then a raiding party immediately afterwards, because you had to roll 17 or above on the random encounter, we have returned. What would you like to do, my friends?
I guess Kit just steps forward and, well, he can't whisper because he has no idea where everyone is.
In a few moments, the darkness flickers away. Well, it's been
Okay.
2 encounters and some talk between, so I'm saying 10 minutes has been about up by this time when you guys formulate what you're going to do.
Okay, in that case, Kit does step forward and go, okay, there's probably more people in the building knowing our luck, so do we try and sneak around or just hedge our bets and charge through at this point?
By this point, there's not a chance they don't know where we are. I don't think.
You've made about as much
There
noise
are
as you...
some items to note in the room.
There could well be. You made about as much noise as you possibly could. So...
I guess.
Especially with those crashes.
And
Actually, that's a-
thunderclaps.
Yes.
Actually, that's a good point. If they haven't come to us, they're probably waiting for us to come to them at this point. Because shortly, with all the combat, they would have come up here by now if they intended to come after us.
There are 2 possible outcomes to that situation. 1, they're waiting for you, or 2, you have killed everything here.
I mean, to be fair, we have just killed 2 commanders.
As the light does come back when the darkness disappears, you do see that Arg is entirely covered in blood.
I'll just remark. Remind me to give you a polish when we leave this place, buddy.
Ayo! Woof, woof.
I knew that wouldn't come out the way I wanted it to.
You'll say that after the polish as well.
Ayo!
Anyway, Kit's just pretty much going to say, okay, so assuming there is something waiting for us, because knowing our luck, do we just charge boldly or try and be cautious about this?
So I don't mean to laugh at the idea of trying to be cautious after already facing half the whole castle in a bloody and barbaric affair.
One little goblin carrying the corn.
Okay, in fairness, there's a difference between...
Technically, you're standing on a sea of dead goblins right now.
Yes, but there is a difference between, like, the alien doesn't just kill something and then go, oh, okay, I'll just charge around screaming bloody murder. It goes back into the...
But anyway,
Okay,
Hey, remember when the floor wasn't dead?
I'll say in that case, I don't think at this point we can possibly be subtle, but we can at least be careful.
There might be more traps like the rock one.
Oh, yes, that's a good fair point. Well, I guess it must be safe through this door since he came out of it, and I just sort of push it open and look inside.
Alright, you make your
Oh,
way
God.
into the next room. You make your way into the next room, which is a dark hall. This high, narrow hall looks as if it might have been part of a chapel or shrine at one time. Angelic figures are sculpted along the room's upper reaches, looking down on the floor below. To the north, heavy curtains block a matching pair of archways. Between the archways, a cracked but ornately carved stone brazier.
I guess I'll move up this way and carefully pull the curtain aside of my blade.
Okay. Pull the curtain aside, and as you're doing so, you feel the sharp stab
Better
of a
not be
scimitar, I'm afraid. That is a natural 20, because he was hiding behind the curtain as you came up to him. That's going to be that critical strike
Oh, God.
for 11 points of damage, and we're going to go back into initiatives, because we will fight everything in this entire place. And so the action continues.
It never ends.
Once again, in this all-action episode of Lost Mine, the action never stops and we're back on the initiatives with Kittor rolling a natural 20. Hard for him not to be alert when he was just stabbed through a curtain. Ark is next on 16. The goblins are on 13. Rack is on 10. Loris is on 6, he rolled a natural 1, and something else is on the turn order on a 2 as well. But you don't see that yet. Anyway, Kit, you're up.
Okay, so Kit's reaction to the old friend is found one and just stab.
Nobody gets the better of Lupo. We'll get you. You can see that these goblins are wearing robes. That is a hit. Alright, that is enough to dispatch the goblin directly ahead of you. Sends it back into the goblin that was screaming at you.
It's basically no one gets the better of me. And with that,
you do.
Let's see. Well, there's no point staying in the firing line, so I am just going to let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, that seems good, so I'll just pull back to here.
Okay, and so you do. Ark, you are up.
How are we counting moving diagonally? Is that 5 or 10?
It's 5 and then 10 and then 5 and then 10 and so on.
I will just position myself there and hold my action for any goblins to show their face.
Okay, you move over to there. It does go to the goblins next, who are going to make their moves. They are going to do that. And Rack, it is your action.
If nothing's come out, I'm going to go forward a bit.
As you do. I will note that the curtains are thick and can't be seen through.
The curtain nearest to me, I'm going to minor illusion a door just on my side of the curtain.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Door appears on your side of the curtain. Loris, you're up.
Okay. Obviously, they're using the curtains as their strategy, so I'm going to light this one on fire with Firebolt.
Alright. Make your attack. It's mere cloth. Alright, I was going to make it at least a 10 to hit it, I'm afraid. So you do strike in, but you don't catch your intended target.
If that's not just the sum of Loris's entire life, missing a curtain that is inanimate.
I guess it's just curtains for you.
There was a slight billowing in the wind, and it just. I mean, it is open air.
That's me.
Alright, you missed the curtain. At which point, Ark, you are looking towards that door, and you feel a terrible pain, as if being punctured.
Why was I programmed to feel pain?
Alright. A tentacle comes in. And that is
This
it was
done.
with surprise, but 23 hits you. You see out
It sure does.
I've seen this anime before.
out of the stone, a hideous monstrosity appears that was camouflaged completely in the stone. It comes out, hits you with a tentacle. That is going to be 13 slashing damage. And if that attack hits, it can make a beak attack. This will not be advantage because you know it's there now. There's an 18.
Misses, luckily.
Alright. May I quickly ask, are you including the shield in your AC?
Yes.
In which case the shield deflects from the attack as it's coming in, and the beak hits you.
Okay, then.
You take 3 points of piercing damage, as the shield of evasion evades the attack.
We're playing this game again.
My
aren't we?
God.
If you cast your mind back to the statue, the shield was away from the body, and the heart piercer was piercing the chest. I knew you guys.
Oh my god.
That's my sense of humor, guys. I knew you'd enjoy it.
I'm just glad it wasn't me that picked up that.
As Lupo's pet comes in for revenge against you, Kit, you're up.
Okay. So we have no idea this is happening.
You have a pretty good idea. You heard a sound, but from what you understand, he could be fighting. He could be fighting the goblins.
3, 4, 5.
Alright, as you move through, you're gonna get 2 short bow attacks as they held their actions.
Son of a.
These will be at the same time, however. A 22 and a 21.
Both hit. Both hit.
Of course we survive the melee, but we get killed by the goblins hiding in the kitchen.
11 points in total.
Right. Okay, that's me on 7. That's fine. That's dandy.
You still have your action, however. They happened at the same time as the goblins cheering, "My pet Grit will feed on you." You come in with one of your own.
Do you think this guy?
Okay. The short sword, you'll have to be in melee range.
Oh, short bow. Sorry, I meant to click that one.
I
But
made
now
that.
I'm doing it.
I made that mistake earlier. Is a hit nevertheless.
So it was the same modifier, so
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So, okay, so that's 8 points of damage.
Is that to this one? The
Yes.
closest, yeah. It hits them. They look severely wounded, but they're still just about in there. Stronger than the other goblin, both wearing robes as if some sort of cultist themselves.
Okay, and I'm just thinking. I kind of want to help Rack, but I also am bleeding. So bleeding a lot. So, actually, wait a minute. 1, 2.
There has been so much blood.
I guess I'll have to. Oh god, I have to bonus action dash to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll have to move round here, I guess.
Okay, you make your escape, after which it would go to Ark.
Oh, I guess there would be a brief confusion since I see a door. The question is, would that stop?
Yeah, the door was closed from your perspective.
Okay. Hey, would I know that was Rack doing it? Actually, yeah. I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah,
of making it.
The door over here, yeah, you saw that.
Okay, so I just run through it. I may have accidentally given away the illusion to the goblins, so sorry about that.
They don't see the door is on your side.
Okay, phew.
Okay, Ark, you're up.
right, let's short sword this, or long sword even, because that's what.
Alright, go for it.
Is it an action to? Actually, no, never mind.
It looks like it's stone itself, almost. That is not a hit, however. It bats off the natural armor as if you were striking stone.
In that case, I'm going to use my bonus action for a second. Is it second?
Second wind?
Second wind, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
There you go, get some HP back.
What's that? 1d10 plus fighter level.
Okay, as you're rolling that, it will go to the goblins. They do what they do, and it goes back to Urak. Oh, that's a good roll. That's a good roll.
Nice.
Got 14 hit points back with a second
That
wind.
is as best as it could have possible have been.
Does the curtain go all the way to the floor?
It does. It's very thick, very heavy. Completely obstructs vision.
No, I'm going to move around a bit.
Between yourselves in your area and the shrine above.
I'm going to create a 5-foot model version of Kit-Tor coming around the corner of the curtain on the left-hand side.
Okay, so like here?
Oh, that curtain's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still there. They can't really be opened completely. They will just fold back because they're very heavy.
In that case, I'm just going to put my head around the curtains and take the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, they
The
did.
bows.
They did hold their reactions. Hold their actions rather. Use their reactions to fire. These ones are a little smarter than the other goblins, so they will attempt to do that with their. Man, I got like 2 22s last time or something. This time not so good, but 116 does hit you. And that deals you a mighty 4 points of piercing damage.
And I'll acid splash them in turn.
Okay, that is going to be a dexterity save for the goblins. First we have Lupo, who is going to make his dexterity save, and then the goblin. So it was a 18 for Lupo and a 3 as a natural 1 for the regular goblin. 6 points of acid practically takes down the shrine itself, which is a many-headed dragon. Partially protects the goblin closest to you.
And then I'm going to go back behind the curtain.
Okay.
So I'm guessing if I open the door, if I can see Ark, there's no way around him, is there?
Yeah, you can't currently see Ark,
the door's
unfortunately. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get past him because if you did know, there's an enemy right in front of him, so there wouldn't be any way past him.
But it is mighty curious why he hasn't come through the door yet.
Yeah, he's not there. He didn't go down for a rest, or we might do. Anyway, Loris, you're
That's a
up.
distinct possibility.
So Rack pops back out, and I'll say, "They distracted."
With an arrow sticking out of him. Yes!
I give a mighty battle cry and charge.
Okay. First of all, you run into a curtain, and then a mighty battle cry after that.
Yeah, basically, I'm about as epic as the protagonist of The Mummy right now. Anyone who's seen that movie knows that is not a compliment.
To myself,
Everyone's seen
because
that
it's a curtain, I was pretty much getting Muppet Show, and you come through going, "Yay!"
Well, I'm waving something. It's not my hands, though.
All right, that is a hit. That is a hit.
Will be a green flame blade.
Okay. Green Flame Blade comes in. Lupo
Max damage.
is completely annihilated. Though their pet will live on. They are caught up in flame. They fall onto the shrine and slowly burn away on top of it. The other one was on one hit point, so they are done as well. Also caught up in the flames. Their robes catch fire in the green flames. They almost try and crawl out of the arrow slits next to them, but they are caught up in the fire and burn away as they do so.
Ah, that's deliciously mortifying. Okay. That's my turn.
Alright. It then goes to Grick, which will try to attack Ark once again.
Speaking of mortifying,
Yeah.
Tentacle is going to come in. And that is an 16, which is not enough. It has to hit with the tentacle for the beak to hit you, so the beak does not come in. Wouldn't have hit you anyway on an 8. You're good. Kit, you're up.
okay. First, I'm going to check out this door. No. I'm going to cautiously open this curtain. See that.
Don't forget to open the door first.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you sort of walk through the door,
Yeah.
almost absent-mindedly, into
Yeah,
the area ahead of you, which is a Goblin Shrine of some sort. The second chamber, which occupies the northern tower of the castle. There's a stone altar in the middle of the room, covered with bloodstained black cloth, golden ritual implements, a chalice and knife. They're carefully ranged atop of the altar. It is a many-headed dragon ahead of you. 2 archways are covered behind you with the curtains.
Alright, Kit's kind of it is bleeding, just sort of thinking. It's all of here. I feel a dragon. That's interesting. Oh, one of us is here. Ark, you okay?
Oh, some
Detect sarcasm.
Oh no, he's learning.
So he goes, oh, okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash and open the door.
Ahead of him, you see a monstrosity, a stone-like creature with tentacles and a huge open beak trying to clip away at the metal butt of Ark.
Okay, using my action to shoot it.
Alright, your shot comes in. That is a 19. That is definitely a hit.
Would
Ooh,
that be a
sneak.
sneak since it's engaging?
It is indeed. It is engaged.
Oh my god.
All right. The hit comes in. It hits it. You're not sure it got all of the impact. It hits it dead on, but it almost bats off of it as it does so.
Okay, and since I used the bonus, okay, I have just enough space to move back to allow other people, and that's my turn.
All right. After yourself, it goes to Ark. The worm-like body of the creature, with the tentacles out of the head and the beak, are starting to coil its way around you.
Oh, this is gonna end badly. Can I move? No, I wouldn't be able to move past.
You would not be able to move past it as a hostile space.
I'm just gonna eat an attack of opportunity and move into the room, because otherwise it's just gonna make things a real pain for anyone to actually help.
Alright, it's gonna try and tentacle you. Alright. You make it through. It does not hit you with a tentacle as you do so.
And then I'm just gonna use my arm blaster to shoot back.
Alright, go for it. That is a hit. Alright, it impacts it, but yet again, you don't feel like it's had the full effect. When it hits it, it's almost like it partially bats away from the creature's almost stone-like natural armor.
Yeah, that'll be...
Okay, Rack, you're up.
I'm going to move up and firebolt it and then move back.
Okay. Firebolt coming in. To the Glick. From Rack. That is a 17, which is a hit. Nothing likes fire. It is caught up in the flame. Still there, however, but badly burnt. As many things are around this place, actually. That's another charcoal-like stain on the walls, but not the body of the creature yet, as you make your way back. Loris, you're up.
Okay. May I just paint a visual for you? I don't know what's going on in the other room. So in another scene straight out of The Mummy, I give my mighty battle cry, "Ah!" and I do a firebolt instead.
Okay. The firebolt...
Actually, lightning lore, my new cantrip. That'll be a strength save.
Okay, strength save from the group.
I have a feeling it may be strong.
It's only a +2, so we'll see what the dice says about that. 17, I believe, will pass your spell DC.
Yeah, my DC's 14.
There you go.
I wasn't expecting to do terribly much anyway. I'm gonna slam myself up against the wall, regardless of my startlement, forming sort of a shield of metal with Ark.
Alright. Ark, you're looking dead ahead. Moves out of your visual. And then it goes to Kit. It moves out of your visual.
Okay. My turn then. So question, do I, with my 7 HP, try and chase after it? Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna move up to here for starters. That doesn't give me any more visual. Yes, that was 1, 2.
From your perspective as you looked in, it slithered away from the doorway.
Okay. Okay, you know what? Bonus action dash. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Am I able to shout to Kit, or is that...
You can shout as a free action.
Watch out, it can come.
Kit that says, okay, for that point, and in that case, I am going to... Okay, from this point, I am just going to ready my short bow to fire as soon as I see the cat side of it.
Okay. Ark, you're up.
I shall place myself there, probably into the waiting more of this thing.
There's like that Prometheus like monster thing like right above you.
But I can't afford this to slip away because it's gonna really ruin some people.
Alright. I imagine you're withholding your attack until you see something visually.
Yes.
Okay. Rack, you're up.
I'm gonna go stand with Kittor and ready a firebolt if I see the tentacled monster again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it hasn't gotten behind us, but
Yeah.
famous last words.
Loris, you're up.
Okay, might as well go with what's been the way of things so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna stand here, and rather than ready in action, I'm going to use my enormous perception check to
Okay.
try and see it.
Go for it.
2.
Ah!
This is again the sum of his life.
You're looking around, but there's bodies everywhere.
I'm realizing, wait, we did that?
Alright. Unfortunately, Loris, Ark, you did hold your action, but it'll be after the fact. From those bodies, out of the stone, it does appear with a surprise attack on Loris. You will get to attack Ark because it will reveal itself to do this.
Can I technically see it from here, or?
That's a natural 20.
Oh my
Oh, boy.
god.
Yeah, you can see through the door, Kit.
Okay, and I readied the short bow, so I'll get the fire as well, I guess.
There you
I've
go.
got a partial, is that enough, or...?
Yeah, partial will be fine. It will get cover, but other than that...
I mean, Ark still takes 14 damage.
The beak will come because it did get to hit with the tentacle. The beak gets a 11, so it misses. So 14 points of slashing from the tentacle. 14 is the armor class here, so you guys both hit.
Do I get sneak for this or no?
You will, it's next to an ally.
Okay, oops.
Yeah, it's next to an ally, alright.
Alright, it's coming at you. Its beak open, it's more ready to engulf you. Just as it does, a cascade of missile fire comes in from all directions. It doesn't look like it gets the full effect, but combined, they shatter the creature into pieces as it's coming towards you. Its fleshy exterior engulfs you, but in a rain of gore.
So it's like whenever the graboids blow up in Trimmers.
And with that, once again, at least for the time being, you are out of initiative.
Oh god. I just say and that's what I mean by not knowing what was waiting for us.
Yeah, lesson learned. Although, I think, Kit warily looks up the Ark's shoulder. There unfortunately appears to be at least one more door ahead of us.
There's another door in the other room too.
Oh,
Great.
God.
But we'll have to wait till I have a shield to dispose of.
I'm so tempted to give that shield what's known in the reenactment, say Viking burial, but anyway.
It's a dodgy shield. It's a dodgy shield.
In this minute of despair, I'm going to use my last first level spell slot to give myself another healing elixir.
Alright, as it happens, you cast your healing spells. You can hear off in a distance. Let it loose! But we can't! We have to! A deep growl echoes through the chamber. And that's where we're going to leave it, my friends. We will continue next week as the unknown comes to battle in this fight that never ends. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.